So somebody had made comment that I had been away for quite a while, so I thought I might walk you through just some of the smaller projects and things that I get up to when I'm not doing YouTube videos. This first one is a pair of trainers that I did for my son for his birthday one year. That was quite good fun. Another one that I did for his birthday was I made a little pattern and then did these cross stitches and made a cushion for him. I do get out and about every so often, and Banksy visited my hometown and painted this on one of the buildings, so that had to be seen. During the lockdowns, I had to help my son with a lot of his school projects, so this was a history project. And a DT project he had was to create a game that could be very cheaply made and easily customizable. So he came up with this Lego chess set. The next one was he had to make a medieval village, and me being me, we had to try and take it to the next level. So he made it all out of cardboard and things, and then we put lights in it. I do like making little accessories and cute things for me as well, so I made this little Star Wars vintage style handbag for a ball I was going to out of an Amazon box. And this was a shelf I made using the tissue papers from Irregular Choice shoe boxes. And I did the same on this little letter rack as well that came from an old vintage unit, and used some of those papers on that too. And it does come out really nice, if you don't mind the wrinkles and things, because decoupage is not smooth. Later on there hopefully will be a video coming out of how I turned my stairs from open tread to closed tread, which stopped the cats falling through at least. And I also built a laundry cabinet to hold the laundry baskets, but well, as you'll see, the paint job on the first one was just terrible, and the top did not work at all. It just didn't look right. So I changed it for a completely different top, and actually that looks so much nicer now, and it works brilliantly. We had a bit of a nice summer that year, so we repurposed some tin cans and spray painted them and attached them to the fence and just made it look a little bit prettier in our garden. I'm not much of a gardener, so that worked for me. It was one of the hottest days of the year as well, and guess who got stung by a bee? Yep, me. Literally stung by this poor little thing, rolled over on it. And then just after the summer, my little girl is not so little and moved out to go to uni. No, she was not allowed to take them with her. So I also started working on some little projects like planters, mini planters for succulents and things like that. I made a few as gifts for friends, and this one in particular was for my desk at work. I occasionally try my hand at a few other little bits and pieces like restoration, and this old record cabinet had some very bad veneer that had just peeled right off and broken, so I did a quick repair on the door, and that turned out really well actually. The picture on the right is the finished article there, but then I had to go a step further and decided to modernise the whole thing a little bit and just zhuzh it up. I quite like it actually. I think it worked out really well. Now, because my daughter was moving out, she felt terribly guilty, so this little bundle came home. And this is Teddy. And our cat Dottie likes to be nanny to every cat we've ever had. So they've become firm friends. You'll see more of Teddy later. And after the first few lockdowns were over, I actually managed to get my hair cut. Look how pleased I am. Teddy found his place in our little world. We really did need to curb his drinking though. It was really bad. And when I moved my son's stuff out of his old bedroom to put him in the big bedroom, I broke my toe, and did I get any sympathy? No. Just to top it off, we found one of these evil little false widows hiding in the living room behind a picture frame. And we did our usual Christmas window. This year was a Star Wars theme, or this particular year was a Star Wars theme. This was Christmas 2020. And my son's bobbleheads came in very handy for that. I was really pleased with it, and a local child even asked if he could have the TIE Fighter, but it didn't actually stand up to scrutiny, really. And Christmas gifts that year, I spent a lot of time working on small things like these little trays from teak floorboards. That was for my neighbour, that one. I was really pleased with it because it came out so nice. I tried my hand at a little bit of sort of hand carving to try and put a little bevel edged on there, and that was for one of my friends. And she specifically requested a little gin tray, so that's what she got. I was quite pleased how that turned out. It was really nice, and she does use it. And for my parents, I made a really nice teak wooden frame, which I'm not a frame maker. I'm not good at making frames, but I will give it a good shot. So this one is a bit of a bone of contention between my son and I. After Christmas, I got very fed up with the tiniest dining table in the world, so I said I was going to finally get around to doing the teak dining table I've been wanting for years. So I did. But I didn't video any of it. And that's where my son's really annoyed at me, because he thinks this would have made a really great video, but the amount of swearing that went on while I was making this is just unbelievable. It took me 3 days to sand all of this that you're seeing now with the filler, because it was so hard. It was such a hard, it had gone so solid, but it did turn out beautiful, and I do think it was well worth the effort. The wood just turned out absolutely gorgeous. I managed to cobble together some bits of wood, some oak legs I rescued from another table and things like that to try and make a really nice table finished. And I'm quite pleased with just the little details like that darkness there in the join of the trim, because I just think that sort of sets it off, little details. It's a really nice table, and it's so smooth. And I did a couple of coats of polyacrylic on top just to protect it from heat and moisture. And it's cat approved, so you know. And then we had our lovely roast dinner on it. So definitely better. Now I have a vintage dressing table in my bedroom, and after years and years and years of me using it, it's been utterly abused. And so there were lots of dings, scratches, gouges and peeling bits of veneer. It's a walnut veneer. And it's just such a lovely piece that I needed to repair it. So this was the best I could do at the time, just because it's very hard to get hold of a really nice big bookmark piece of veneer that would actually go across all of that, but I think I'll have to try and do that eventually. You can just see the kind of damage that there was from over the years with things being spilled and stuff, and it came up so nice. I was really pleased with the final finish. This was a little sign that I made for a neighbour's summer house that they built. Oh, Star Wars Day, got to be done right. Star Wars t-shirt, why not? And then I decided I wanted to make a coffee table to match my dining table. And again, to my son's annoyance, I didn't film that either. So these are some legs I salvaged from something that was going to the tip, I think. And I sanded them all back and waxed them and worked to get it looking really nice. The best bit about this was that I could trim it on the table saw, much easier than doing it with a handsaw. And some more of that salvaged oak that I had from another table. I'm not 100% pleased with the finish on this because I can still see scratches from the sandpaper, but I think I just need to refinish it, sand it back again and refinish. That would make it look nicer. I finally got around to making a stand for my table saw as well, because I'm a little shorty. It was too tall for me, so I needed to deal with that and lower it down a little bit. Okay, try not to laugh, but I had an allergic reaction to something, and this is what I woke up looking like. And of course I got lots of sympathy from my friends. I also did some experimentation with Jesmonite. I thought that could be quite cool. It looked really good, so I gave it a go. It's expensive stuff, but it was really good. And of course I had to make something Star Wars for my son, which he's very pleased with. Really likes that, and managed to use the offcuts of some of that teak as well. Now this is the spare bed that I use in my office at the moment. My daughter stays here when she comes home from uni, but she found it too enclosed, so I cut it down for her. And I spent 2 days painting this in a clear coat for my parents, and oh my gosh, I was sore as heck, and you couldn't tell you'd done anything. These are just some of the sketches I was doing, and I was practicing cartooning and things like that, so I thought I'd do some cartoons of my cat and my ex's cat that we lost a few years back. I thought he'd like that. I entered this cartoon into a Halloween pumpkin drawing competition at work, came second. Halloween made my son a Shaun of the Dead outfit, why not? This little gem was free on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm so pleased I actually got it, because look what I found. Yep, it's G-Plan. So I did a bit of research, and it is actually worth a good few £100, but I don't care. I stripped it, got all the paint off it, gave it a really good sand down, a really nice load of wax. It's not perfect, you can still see bits of paint, but it looks much better, and it's really useful. And now it's living in my living room. Really pleased with that. Then my son's birthday rolled round, and I made him some Shaun of the Dead themed cross stitches. Coming up to Christmas, we dressed the dog as Stitch, because why not? And I was making more Christmas presents. This happened to be one for my neighbour this particular Christmas. And my favourite window ever. You should be able to tell what that is. Again, stole my son's bobbleheads and just loved this window, and it was very popular with the locals. I'm really glad I did it, because it was so much fun, and I like a good laugh at Christmas. That is a Christmas movie. These are just some extra little bits that I did for my son's bedroom. This is our local church, and I just did a quick sketch of that. A couple of little plant pots I did. Just having a go, you know, not thinking I'm going to be amazing at it, just having a go, because why not? And I started making some plans on doing the loo in my house, and I got some great ideas going, and then this happened. I was not pleased. So then this happened for days, and then this happened. Luckily he wasn't very unwell for long, and my daughter treated me to these to cheer me up, which I thought was rather nice. I still slept an awful lot, but the cats and the dog kept company. And after 9 days, well, 6 here, but then 9, I was still testing positive. Not my son, just me. And that's what I felt like. But my baby knows how to cheer me up, and she found this for me. So this is one of my older sketches that I finally got around to putting on the wall. Teddy's clearly settled in and making an absolute nuisance of himself when I'm trying to work. Likes to sit on my notebooks, keyboard, any part of my desk he likes. I got a glitter ball, which Agatha's a big fan of. Made a very simple radiator cover for my bedroom. Looks so much neater over there now. So this is the before from an upcoming project, and it's the only hint you're going to get. So now here's a montage of all of those projects, and maybe a few extras as well. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Looking at this montage, I cannot believe just how many things I've done in the last couple of years. So here's to the next couple of years and see how many I can do then. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out my other videos. Thanks then. Bye.